Thank you for tuning into Falco FM. As part of our 3-hour entertainment session, we would like you to fade away from reality a bit and turn your ears towards Marky Falcon. Him and us at Falco FM present this review that will give you something positive to think about. Not all that Joe Biden bullshit. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy this review of the Weeknd's Dawn FM.
So The Weeknd finally released his follow-up to After Hours called Dawn FM. The Canadian singer had a very successful year last year, and it looks like he's glad he has such a loving fanbase and would keep making music for them, the true fans. This album's based around a party at the Purgatory as The Weeknd, our protagonist, is losing his soul and fading into the afterlife. He is much older in this though, as Jim Carrey narrates the radio station he's tuning into as he's fading away. The radio station's name is Dawn FM, which spawns the title of this album. There's also narration from Jim Carrey throughout the album. Now that we got that clear, let's tune into the first song. The first song serves as an introduction to the radio station Dawn FM, where The Weeknd gets the literal life sucked out of him as he enters the light. Also, just gotta say that the Jim Carrey narration is great and sets the tone for the whole album. On Gasoline, The Weeknd uses a deeper voice than usual, and it kinda throws me off a bit considering that I don't know if The Weeknd's messing around with vocal effects or if this is an alter ego. Considering that this takes place in the Purgatory, The Weeknd talks about possibly dying in there, which technically could happen considering that it's a place where you die. Also, there's quite a contrast between their parts. The lower pitch talks about how nihilistic he is and the normal pitch talks about death. Now I really wanna know what the lower pitch is supposed to represent. On How Do I Make You Love Me, The Weeknd is trying to figure out how he can make this relationship work. He also talks about fixing her up mushroom tea, which I didn't know existed until now. But seriously, where the fuck would you even find this tea? In the forest? Doesn't matter. Song's still groovy. I like the extended version of Take My Breath better than the original. It makes the album sound smoother. Plus, can we talk about that transition into Take My Breath? Almost as good as the Life of Pierre 5 transitions. I know some people were skeptical about this song but I could care less. This is how you do disco music correctly, and to this day, this song is still a banger. On Sacrifice, The Weeknd talks about how he doesn't wanna sacrifice anything for his love. This is my favorite song on the album because of the nostalgia alone. Out of any song, this one's gonna be a major hit, and maybe the extended version of Take My Breath will make its way onto the charts. Also, the music video's amazing. On the next song, Quincy Jones talks about his mom being put in a straitjacket and taken away when he was 7 years old. He also mentioned how his stepmother implemented the idea that he didn't need a mother and that messed up everything. That messed up his family and his love life. I feel bad for Quincy. Him having to go through all of this shit. Looking back is a bitch, ain't it? Out of Time is about how The Weeknd's time is up, meaning that he's fading into the light and will be gone from this earth. This also sounds like something Michael Jackson would make and the comparison's pretty clear. On Here We Go Again, The Weeknd talks about this girl who's a movie star and Tyler talks about the state of his relationship with forever being too long for him. That means that this relationship won't last forever. Also, I liked Tyler's verse. He had some great features last year as well. Some of these features are On the Fly Who Couldn't Fly Straight by Westside Gunn, Gravity by Brent Faiyaz and Big Persona by Maxo Cream. I mean, this beat was made for him. On Best Friends, The Weeknd talks about how him and this girl aren't married anymore and are just best friends now. She doesn't want to have sex with him as friends anymore though. Abel's been through toxic relationships before though and they tore them apart to the point where they just wanna be friends now. Because even he knows that it wasn't gonna work out. On Is There Someone Else? It's implied that the girl's cheating on Abel and he's worried that he might hurt himself or the guy she's with. It seems like she already moved on though. I know, this whole thing is confusing, and I didn't even understand it when I was putting it in the script, but that's what I got out of that song. On Starry Eyes, The Weeknd talks about being there for a girl he saw in his dreams. He'll be there for her and he'll even let her kick him to the curb. He's felt worse things in the past, and back then, he was starry-eyed. This song's absolutely beautiful, by the way. The next song's an ad for Afterlife. And yes, there are some angels out there that are terrifying. Like, take a look at this shit. What the fuck is that? If that thing came near me, I would run as far away from that thing as I could. I would at least stay 100 million feet away from that thing. Jim Carrey does make for a good radio host, doesn't he? On Don't Break My Heart, The Weeknd talks about this girl that's right for him, but the only thing Abel wants is for her not to break his heart. He also mentions his ex, who almost killed him at the discotheque. She wasn't right for him, and now, he found someone new who would, hopefully, not do anything like that. This song's okay, not really my favorite. On I Heard You're Married, The Weeknd talks about this girl that he knew was too good to be true, but it turns out that she's married. Abel's trying to tell her that she can leave him. I didn't really like Lil Wayne's verse that much. The flow wasn't good in the first place and that Dirty Harry bar was bad. You know, maybe you shouldn't include him on songs like this. Less Than Zero is a catchy song that's sure to get stuck in your head. It's rather one of the better songs I got stuck in my head. Here are 3 songs that I couldn't believe got stuck in my head once in my life and questioned why they did in the first place.
Hit or miss, I guess they never miss, huh? You got a boyfriend, I bet
they gon' hate for money, talk, yeah, bullshit, walk.
I get checked for price tag, cheat on cheat, ooh, like that, diamonds they bite, they bite.
When looking at these 3 songs, there's a reason why Less Than Zero is the better song to get stuck in your head. First off, better vocals. I mean, the vocals on Love to Fuck are okay, but they are unmatched to The Weeknd's. Second off, the beat. The beat on here sounds better than all 3 of the previous songs combined. Price Tag's instrumental is too bland. Love to Fuck's instrumental is decent. And Mia Khalifa's instrumental is kinda lit but is associated with such a meme-worthy song. And third off, better lyrics. Better than Tyga's lyrics for sure. I can't get this song out of my head, but I'm actually fine with it staying there. On the last song, Jim Carrey makes you look back on the things you thought you owned. Growing pains are still in your body when you're dead, and you may not have died the way you intended to. It seemed like you had phantom regret. You regret some of the actions you did. Heaven's the place to let go of regret. And you're not quite there yet since you still have regret of your own. By the end of the song, you could be there. That song really brought a great finishing touch to the album. Now let's get into my thoughts on the album. I thought it was good but nowhere as good as After Hours. I felt like that was the better album overall. I give this a 7 out of 10. The features were decent. The production was good. This is how you tell a story perfectly through an album from start to finish. And this is officially the first good album of the year. But yeah, what do you think of this album? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.